All right. So checking in another episode on currently trending live. This is That's Trending, and we have a special guest in the building, African from the YM Entertainment brand. That is it, my bro.
That is it. YMENT, family, however you want to put it. That is it.
So African, the YM Entertainment. Let's get a little more details about the brand and where it's located. Like, how does the geographical location work?
Very, very simple. We're actually, internationally and local. So I spearhead the international part of the YM Entertainment. We're based in Montego Bay, St. James, Montego Bay. Specifically, this started in Flankers, Montego Bay. So that's where it really started. So the base of YM or YMENT is Flankers, Montego Bay. We call it YMENT. On paper, it's YMENT, but it's really, for us, it's YM family because we move like a family. So it's a large group.
With approximately the main members would be at a number at what?
Estimated, we don't want to forget anybody, so we just get estimated the main members. We go about 10 to 12. Overall, the team itself, the YM team, probably about 25, 30 extended on a good day.
What's the purpose of the YM Entertainment brand?
Well, the purpose of it is, as we said, it's family. It's a group of, like-minded individuals that's looking to achieve, kind of one goal under one umbrella. So that's really the biggest purpose for it. And it's one of the things, when I joined, we were friends before I joined. It's one of the things that we do, to kind of uplift each other. We're all friends. We're actually very, very good friends. So we just kind of uplift each other, and on top of that, it's a way to make money. Let's be honest. We do it from the heart, but you have to pay.
So we just want to make sure we have a very good understanding. Is all the members they're into music?
Majority of them are into music. So yeah, majority of them are into music in different aspects. Some of them actually play music. Some of them we have members that produce music. So we have members that keep events. So we have different departments of YM Entertainment.
And the function is basically very versatile based on my understanding. Or you just break it down.
Yeah, very, very, very versatile. Like we have people that keep events, we have people that does production, we have people that do marketing. We also have a marketing agency. So majority of that. We have various departments.
And the stronghold, based on the understanding you just break down just now, would be Jamaica.
Yeah, the stronghold is definitely Jamaica. Definitely St. James. Western Jamaica, I would say. I don't want to limit it just to St. James, but would say Western Jamaica, Trelawney, St. Ann, Westmoreland, Hanover. Definitely St. James. St. James is our ground.
And here's the number one question with the viewers them go on. Your main function within the brand.
My main function, DJ, definitely DJ entertainer, brand manager. I'm very big on growing the brand, so I would consider myself one of the main members of the team. So brand manager is really the title that I kind of take on from day one of being a part of the team, is building the brand, growing the brand, and getting more exposure for the brand. So I would say brand manager while being a DJ and entertainer on the team likewise.
You see, this is a great opportunity because now I get to know more about YM Entertainment.
Yes.
And the different functions.
Yes.
And you are a big force with this brand because every time you see you post anything or endorse anything, you do push the brand.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So no matter where I promote, YM.
Yeah, definitely. Anywhere it's YM, because for me it's how I look at it, and a lot of people would not know. I look at it like a second chance at music. I did a lot in music before YM. And when I knew them before, but when I joined and became a business partner with them at first and then became part of YM, they kind of gave me that second life where I kind of gave up on music the first time. I was like, you know what?
Inspiration.
I was done. I was kind of done. So when I kind of, I was there and, I got the call. So it's like it's like they gave me that second life. So beyond the success or beyond the money, it's very important to see YM get to where it needs to go. It's not something I do for money. It's something I genuinely love to be a part of. I love the brand. It's something that I'm very passionate about.
And just in case I missed this, YM means what is why does the Y and the M mean?
Okay, very simple. So if you know the original YM, it means young money. Based on copyrights and trademarks,
Right.
we had to change it around to young moguls. So it's little young individuals trying to be moguls, trying to grow in this business, and put a stake, have a stake in this business. That this is where we're carving out this part for ourselves. So on paper, as we'll say, young moguls. Originally Young Money, because the founding members, they're big Young Money fans. So that's really where it started from.
So it was an inspiration for the YMCMB.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but now you guys have to do the right thing
The
when it
right
comes
way.
to.
So it's young moguls. As we grew up and started taking it more serious, we made that change.
Okay, interesting. I like this. Give us some background, African. Like where did you go to school?
So I actually went to, I started high school. We could start from high school. I did most of my schooling in Jamaica. Started high school in Jamaica. Then in the 9th grade, I migrated to Bridgeport, Connecticut, where I went to high school in Central. So Bridgeport Central High School, I did most of my high school there. Did a few years at community college in Nawa Community College, but that's pretty much it for schooling.
Okay, so next question is this. So now we'll get a little background when it comes to your schooling. Now we are building a storyline here.
Definitely.
This is the storyline that follows that question. Now, you said your main purpose, based on you being a part of this brand, is music. You play music. Was this always an interest to be like, we call it DJ or a selector? Was this always something that your first career choice? How did you get into music, and when did you decide that I wanted to be a selector or a DJ?
Well, it kind of, music kind of found me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I would say that. So growing up in my community where I'm from D-side Trelawney. So growing up in my community, there was a sound, we call it sound system, Black Magic sound system. I used to be friends with this guy named DJ Alex. He actually lives in South Carolina now. So growing up, I used to go to his house and watch him set up the sound and play. And the first time, I could actually tell you, I actually remember, first time when I really felt like in love with music was the first Death Before This on a Sound Clash. So a lot of people don't know Death Before This on a Sound Clash, Irish and Chin Keep.
Yeah, I know Irish and
The
Chin.
first one was kept in D-side Trelawney. So the first time when I kind of sit and say, I would do this. That's why, bar none, I'm one of the biggest Tony Mataran fan. So like Tony Mataran is like an icon to me. Nobody can tell me nothing about Tony Mataran. I could go all the way back. I think it was like 97, 96, or probably 98, Death Before This on a Sound Clash. And from there, so listening to that and getting to it and being around DJ Alex until we migrated, it's just something from day one. That's how we got in. Wasn't the career choice. Like I said, music kind of found me. You know what I mean? But I've always been into the sound system part of it, the clash part of it, following the clash systems, following different clash sound system, and just really Tony Mataran from a younger youth growing up.
He was your first influence, or
Yeah,
was the
man,
main
the
influence?
main influence, man. Would be lying if we said Tony Mataran, man. We'd be lying. No other selector to me, like. And it's kind of weird, like being from country.
Yeah.
Because everybody from country is like BSRDC or Pink Panther, but no, man. Tony Mataran, man. When me grow, I could tell, funny thing. Sometimes I see Mataran and I always say to him, like, play this dub or play that dub or more I hear that dub. I can probably tell Tony Mataran most time dub them $9. Like, I'm that big of a Tony Mataran fan. Like, not
That means you really respect his craft.
Yeah.
I'm doing thing when it comes to the music.
Or the music, yeah, him craft, because I don't think nobody buys custom dub plates like Tony Mataran, or nobody deliver on stage like Tony Mataran. So, going through like his world clash phase, or from, I don't know him from the king of these phase. I wasn't old enough, I won't lie.
Right.
When I know Tony Mataran started by himself. I know him from the Tony Mataran phase. So from this, so me fall in love and I say, Tony Mataran and my selector and music and clash and, me just fall in love with the music, the art of being a DJ and the presentation. So
and the impact when music brings
when it play. Yeah, when it play, yeah. Because we used to listen Sound Clash and listen juggling and we hear Tony Mataran play some song, and I can tell you one dub particular, two dubs. Tony Mataran have a Sizzler Kalanji and the Nas 8 Me No Rhythm. Check anybody, brother. Anytime that play. And if you can go on YouTube anytime. Tony Mataran have a next song. John Holt, Elephant Man dub plate. Yeah. John Holt featuring Elephant Man. I can sing it word for word. You can check my facts, man. Them two
Bro,
dub plate. When me hear them, I say, yo, you know what I say? Someone want line up me dub plate them, and we
do it
need
the
to
right way.
be creative and take music with a passion. But no, man, biggest inspiration, man. Tony Mataran.
Did you ever get the opportunity to actually meet him? And
Yeah, couple time. Well,
how was that? Knowing that somebody will look up to in the music.
the greatest part with Maggie, I think like a lot of people see him online and think that he's dark and he's very very down to earth, very very cool. The first time I think I met him was in Bridgeport when he came to Elements. And we stand up and talk for like 20 minutes, and he was actually amazed and amused that like the dub box.
The details.
The details of his dub box. Yeah, man. But couple times I meet Maggie and always a good vibes, very, very encouraging, and him not hype, him not come off like him better than nobody, and him always willing to tell. And one of the things I'm like with him love the young selector them. I always watch him comment and say, yo, you do a good job, you do this, you do that. So yeah, man, Tony Mataran definitely, if we look up to anybody in the music, we love him have a way with the girls, then we love him create him speech them. And when it come on to clash, I care zero, Tony Mataran are the man.
You already know, people would already know that Tony Mataran is a force.
Yeah, man.
Tony Mataran is definitely a force because he's probably one of the most popular DJ in my time.
Oh, of course.
You understand? You have the Ricky Trooper.
Yeah, you have a Ricky Trooper.
You know what I mean?
This is Squingy.
Yeah, but Tony Mataran was, to me, like you just said, I saw him as the only DJ doing him thing.
Yeah.
Him never in a crew or group.
And him by himself. I always tell people, like when I was young, I'm like, so them feel like 2 or 5 of them, and Mataran by himself, them feel like them are good. So to me, like even with this now, like me, I'm a big Bounty Killer fan. I became a big Bounty Killer fan because of Tony Mataran.
No, you have EP working on.
Yes.
With some artists. Tell us about the EP that you're working on.
Well, not really. Just a part, just helping the artist, not really working on. The artists have the songs. Teejay has an EP coming out, so we work closely with Teejay. Good friends, a good friend of mine. Very very vested and believe in what he has to bring to the table. So, he's working on his EP, so we're just helping to get it out and do whatever we need to make sure that we're doing the groundwork to make it very very successful.
How did the partnership or the networking become a part of the YM Entertainment?
The crazy part about it, we have a mutual friend. So we have a mutual friend that we both respect. So my mutual friend is Bujo, and Teejay grew up with Bujo. So Teejay went to high school with Bujo. So based on his mutual friend and me and him have the same mutual friend, ultimately we just end up. It kind of like we never.
I see him.
We never had a discussion about us being friends. It just kind of happened naturally because we both have the best interest for this person. So it kind of happened naturally. We just say Bujo because it just happened naturally. We have me hang around Bujo hang around him, and then after a while we just end up, and then just kind of him will call me and say, yo, talk to this man, and I say, yo, talk to that man, and then after a while it just natural. It just really our friendship or our connection kind of just happened natural. We never yet sit down and say, yeah, this is the plan, or you're going to be this, or you're going to do that.
It kind of happened naturally.
It just happened natural. We're just natural friends.
So my question is, now you've been a part of the growth of the artist when he's doing shows, because I see you promote his content.
Yeah, his content, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And the shows them where I keep. I realize that every time me want to know anything about, Teejay performances in the United States, you can check.
Yeah. Because
your page for information.
Yeah, we're vested. We're very, very vested, And we're very, very vested, and we're really, again into this, and we have to promote the brand. And one thing with me, I don't put my name behind anything for money. I always believe that if you do the right thing, money will come after as long as you're passionate. So it's not something that I'm doing for money, or it's something that I'm passionate about, or being around him and seeing his drive and his passion and how he loves music. It's something what motivates we. When we are around him, the energy what we get, we want to bring that to me. Sometimes I talk about what Up Top is doing or what Teejay is doing, and people like, It's just like we're there, so we see things, we talk to him daily, we see things, and we know that, he's really into this. So that's really where that come from. And, being a part of the team and pushing the content and pushing the work is making sure that that is happening.
So, another thing about your brand, I realize just by observation, right?
Yeah.
Bookings, traveling,
Yeah.
representing,
Yeah.
and you just gotta add this to the list: crowd pleasing.
Yeah, well, it's if you
You know why I add that to you?
yeah, that's
If you're not please the crowd, you're not get none of the three options them when we just list.
yeah, nah, I
Bookings.
get no, yeah.
You know what I mean? You are get the bookings, you are traveling,
Yeah.
and you are representing.
Yeah.
Tell us about the bookings and the places you've been and you know what I mean. Share the story how the brand has been growing.
Well, the brand's been growing based on the experience. The exposure is one, but the experience that patrons get, like when them book us, regardless if it's 50 people or it's 500 people, or we just did some events over the summer where it's 5,000 people. It's just that we're showing up each and every time. It doesn't matter. We take this very serious, whether it's me by myself or me and the rest of the team. It's something that we take serious. So that's really how we've been getting most of the bookings. We've done a few. We've actually in the last year and a half we've done Canada, Atlanta, Texas. I'm thinking there's a few that we
And
did
big shows too with name.
Yeah, we've done Mayhem. We've done a few Mayhem. We did Mayhem in Florida, Mayhem in Jamaica a few times. We did Dream Weekend. We've been doing Dream Weekend 3 years in a row. St. Elizabeth Igloo. St. Elizabeth Igloo was one of the bigger events that kind of surprised me. We did. I was very surprised that they had that big of an event down there. Great event. St. Elizabeth Igloo. So anything in Montego Bay, you have just going over. We host an event called Scorpio. So it's been a lot of traveling. I did Virginia. We did Virginia. We have St. Martin coming up. We have a lot of things actually coming up on the schedule. So we have a lot of traveling to do too.
So the representation and the name speak for itself.
Yeah, definitely speak for itself. And it's only going to get bigger because we're working a lot of brand exposure and brand building. So it's only going to get bigger from here. It can't go backwards. Definitely not.
I really want to say that just the legacy that you guys are creating, the YM brand, keep doing it.
Oh, definitely.
Stay positive.
Always.
And I know say on a city dream.
Oh yeah.
I'm proud to be a part of that legacy.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean. So
of course we have a lot of people don't know it. So we have me, as in me being an entertainer, being a DJ, and you'd have Flaco. Flaco is one of the DJs, also one of the entertainer, one of the directors, and then you have Chevron. Those are more people that's morely upfront. A lot of people morely see me because I'm more I'm a vocal person, but that's
that's how it works.
Yeah. The main director is Chevron, and he's a person he's a good person, very very good, confident person that's very passionate about his brand. That's a person that will. If I call him today and we say, Chevron, we have an opportunity to go, let's say, just for conversation's sake, let's say, hey, we have an opportunity to play at the BT Awards, but we need you to sell your vehicle so we could do it. Done. That's how passionate he is about this brand.
Yeah, sure.
Certain.
So you're saying that your team member.
Yeah, definitely.
Will basically is a sacrifice that.
Anything for the brand. So that's why a lot of
that's
people.
A great team member because him actually knows that the sacrifice is gonna bring more wealth.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people don't understand why and how we take it to heart. Because we have a leader that, first of all, we don't work for him, we work with him. That's the best part. So, he's a person who him always make sure we comfortable. He's selfless. So he's gonna take less to make sure we get more. And that's one of the things that I love about him. So when I go about my duties are conducting YM business,
you do it with pride.
I do it with pride because you see somebody has sacrificed so much, and I include you not as an employee. None of us is an employee, as a partner. So
you're that deep.
Yeah, that was one of the things where a lot of people think that, I used to live in Connecticut before because I moved back to Jamaica for 3 years in here. And a lot of people think that, oh, well, you had your own thing and you went and joined somebody or worked for somebody. Never. The way how we do this is a partnership. It's like if I come and I say, Chevron, That's trending. They need to be a part of YM. He's not gonna say, well, no, you don't get to say that. He's gonna say, well, if you think so, tell me
Must be a
why.
reason why
Must be
you
a
say
reason
that.
why I'm gonna
Yeah.
consider it. So no, 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 no. Definitely it's not somebody we work for, it's somebody that we work with that gives us our own opportunity to voice our opinions and have a say. Like I have a say. I have a big say. So if I say, well, this is what I need, like recently I told him, I said, listen, I'm doing all this by myself. I have a lot of work. I need to hire somebody here. And he's like, yeah, go ahead, do what you do. Let me know. That's the type of, as long as he trusts us. He
That's a
trusts us.
good energy because there's a difference when you're stifling within a brand, when you're
Oh,
growing.
yeah.
That sounds like an environment for growth.
Yeah, you have a lot of creative control.
Yeah,
A lot of creative
I think
control.
that's great. Anybody ever violate the brand before and you have to check them?
Yeah, well, in your interactions, remember different personalities.
I mean, you have promoters,
You have promoters,
patrons,
you have
other
patrons, yeah, oh,
DJs.
definitely. But we kind of have one of the things that we have, and we say it every day before we do business or we bring anybody into our business. If you don't think the YM way, we just don't even bother.
What is the YM? Give us the top two things that is so important to YM that these are, just let's call it protocol.
Protocol can't be selfish. First thing. That's the most important thing. One of the things when we say the YM way can't be selfish.
Okay.
And the second most important thing, the ability to accept feedback. If you can't,
Those are two. That's solid.
like if you don't have those two, before we hire a DJ, before we do business with anybody, before we even say you're gonna be a part of this, if you're selfish, it's a no.
Those are two.
And if you cannot accept feedback, you'll have, I've had days where they call me and listen, I'm listening to your SoundCloud, you're repeating yourself. It sounds crazy. You need to be more creative with your speeches. And I have to take that and say, okay, yeah, you
and improve.
And improve. You can't be somebody where it's like they're gonna be like, listen, no, I'm doing good. I don't need to hear. No, that's not gonna work.
All right. I like that. And this leads me to a very interesting question because now we're getting to know you on a different level, and that you're in the music business. I have a question for you. I wrote it down, right? So this question is, does dancehall music, the video presentation let's just compare it to Afrobeat, just for the heck of it, right? Do you think we're creating good visual content to present to the world? And the reason why I asked you this question is because if you look on the VMA, they focus on visual.
Visual, yeah.
So are we creating impactful visual content in your opinion?
So, my opinion.
Remember, in a presentation is everything.
Presentation,
and you do a mix. So the question I kind of go back because you play people's songs that are artists,
and you a lot of
and
times
you watch their content.
You watch the content.
So do you think that, because I'm wondering how we're not surface within these bracket VMAs? Is it our visual content is not at a level where they consider it? So I'm asking your opinion. Do you think we are making visual content that has high quality, interesting? You ever see some music video when the Afrobeat put it together, you're like, damn.
Yeah. So my answer to that, because I work with content creators daily, whether it's making a 20-second video, a minute video for promo, my answer to that, I don't think that we are as vested as we need in dancehall with the content. I think that we have great content creators, but I don't see a lot of content creators being vested, one. And I think that's the edge they have. I don't think it's talent. I think we have the talent. We have great videographers. We have great content creators. But I think that we don't have content creators that's per se investing in their craft and investing in their brand as how they need to. Second, dealing with content creators, the ones in dancehall, and I'm not attacking anybody, they are not as business-like as they need to be. So
it's a friend thing.
It's a friend thing, and because they are so far and few between, and they make so much money, they kind of believe you have to wait on them and you depend on them. As in, you'll see something like Afrobeat or hip hop. Those people are running a business. I think last but not least, I think one of the biggest downfalls is the dancehall content creators actually don't understand how much money is in creating good content. And I think that's a big. So you look at, if you actually study music, which I always say this to people, there's music and there's music business. So you have a lot of people that's in music, but they're not in the music business. And that's one of the things that why some people see I do things and my brand is successful, because I'm into music, but I'm more into the music business. So you have like a DJ Academics. Been following DJ Academics since like 2009. Made a lot of money off creating good content, good interviews. Yeah, he stirs the pot sometimes, and I don't like how he goes about it, but
It's part of it.
there's a lot
part
of
of the
people
game.
that make a lot of money. I think that the dancehall content creators don't realize how much money is there to be made, and they need to invest more into themselves, the brand, and how they present their brand and themselves, because they're leaving a lot of money on the table, whole lot of money. And I think that's, you have to take your brand very, very seriously. And I think that's the miss. It's not talent, it's not quality, it's not level of work. We have that. It's organized, it's the drive, it's showing up, creativeness, and being efficient, being on time with your work. Consistent. That's consistent.
Because a content will drop a tough, and then next content you're like, what's this?
Then you're looking, and then you have like, so for example, you mentioned like even Jay Frey. With the Let's Be Honest podcast. That's a guy that's consistent.
Yeah, man.
That's a guy that's out there doing. Like, I get up and I go on his page. I'm like, what is he doing next? I'm not, you know what I mean?
He's organized.
He's organized. So you actually see the difference with our, you talk about even videographers. You talk about Rupshan. Rupshan is one of the videographers that whenever Rupshan is shooting a video, if he snaps and says I'm shooting a video, I'm on his page like, when is the video gonna drop? Because he's organized, he's creative. You can see that he's investing in himself. We need more of those people in the brand to get to where we need to get to like the Afro beats or the hip hop. So you talk about the VMAs to get
MTV.
those quality. Yeah. We need more investment.
When you look on a Burna Boy and a Whiskey presentation in a video, it's almost like, this is good. They might hit these places, these categories. Jamaicans are not doing it. Back in the days, the Beenie Man and Bounty Killer would have been on the VMAs and the MTVs. What's the difference? What are we losing? I think a part of it is also the music has shifted.
Oh, definitely.
So a lot of people, even though a lot of people might be putting a bit of creativity in their visuals, the music has shifted so they don't have the ear. The listeners are not tuned in like they used to tune in.
No, I think the listeners, and I disagree. I think the listeners.
You think so?
No, I think the listeners are tuned in, but I think what we're doing wrong is we're giving them too much to tune into.
All right. So you say you disagree, and I'm going to ask you to explain based on this feedback that I'm going to give you. If you do the maths like a Sean Paul, right?
Yeah.
1 billion views on Spotify, right? Album double platinum, triple platinum. Then you have people like the Bob Marley.
Yeah.
And then you have Ziggy Marley, which does a lot of international collaboration, and their visual are top tier, and they're getting the listeners. So why I say that is because when you look at a Sean Paul content and you look on a Ziggy Marley and a Bob Marley, their listeners don't miss really. It's something that doesn't really happen so often. So even though we know that, music go here and there, they have a consistent fan base that is on a massive level. So if you're not getting the listening on a Spotify, for example, just using that as an
Spotify is a
example,
great platform to use.
Why are we looking at the numbers and not seeing them in the category of high listeners?
Because it's the same thing. If you were on Instagram yesterday and you're seeing, I'll use Teejay's reference, and you see Teejay spoke. I'll use two references.
You said to promote your music more.
Promote your music more. I think one of the biggest things that's killing us right now, why we're not seeing Sean Paul numbers, we're not seeing Ziggy Marley numbers, we're not seeing Shaggy numbers coming out of dancehall right now. Even can go as far as saying Popcorn numbers, because Popcorn does numbers on his videos. One of the reasons is the saturation. When you have 10 songs and you decide that in the next 5 months I'm releasing these 10 songs, how much money do you really have to invest in a great video? How much money do you really have to promote that video? how much time. Put the money aside, how much time you have now to promote that video. So you take an artist like Charlie Blacks, and this is what I'm telling you is proven facts. Party Animal, Sibling Music, great friend of mine. Sibling showed me an email with Party Animal 3 years before it became a hit song. So Charlie Blacks take 3 years to 4 years to promote Party Animal. So in that time, you're gonna amass fans, you're gonna amass views, you're gonna amass a following. You have people now that think that, okay, I could go to Halfway Tree, I could go to Montego Bay Square and shoot a low budget video because, you know what, I need to shoot 5 low budget videos because I'm going to release 5 songs versus working on one song and keep pushing that song and putting your all into that song. You don't see Sean Paul releasing 10, 20 songs.
No.
Nor Shaggy.
I think these caliber artists, they make their selection very wisely.
Of course, and that's the miss. So it's not that we're not making good music. Good music is always being made, because you have to switch with the times. It's just the music itself is just saturated. I think a lot of people took on to the Vybz Kartel way. Vybz Kartel,
But Vybz Kartel, you can't really say Vybz Kartel way because Vybz Kartel has a caliber of presenting music beyond most people
imagination.
Not even imagination. They don't have the ability to maintain the frequency. I want to use the word frequency because he does so many different categories at the same time.
But that's the thing. So they don't, and they don't study it. So you get a rhythm with Vybz Kartel. I can give you multiple rhythms. As I said, people are in music and music business, 2 different things.
Yeah.
Vybz Kartel will sing a bad man song, a song for the females, and a dance song, and one rhythm. But you will say in your mind now, Vybz Kartel released 3 songs, so it's okay to release 3 songs. But Vybz Kartel released 3 different type of songs. So you get a lot of these young artists.
Variety.
So a lot of these young artists, they hear 3 songs and they don't look at the variety. So they think that, okay, Kartel used to run the place because he released 15, 20 songs a month. But it was 15, 20 variety. They don't have that. And they take the concept, but they miss the most important piece, the variety.
Ability to do this is not easy.
Oh, definitely not.
Yo, let's talk about Vybz Kartel and Chronicler just for a comparison.
Yes.
I saw people was comparing them with their lyrical capability. But Chronicler is definitely one of the most amazing lyricists.
Oh, by far.
But I wouldn't compare him with a Vybz Kartel because of the variety.
The variety.
See, you see, that's separate them.
That's separate them, yeah.
Chronicler is more like a medicine for dancehall.
Yes.
It make your meds
positive. Great.
And try to figure out life in a most positive way. But Kartel do that, plus him 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 do that. And the man are going to Spanish this another song, and then man sing backward that song, then man go front way, then man go over to a girl song, then man go so.
Yeah.
You wonder like some of them hit and miss, too much of them hit and miss. Him still a find fans because what it to you might miss for she, but she like it same way. It's weird. Yes.
But not everybody can do what Vybz Kartel did, and a lot of people adopted that. I like artists like Baby Sham. Always trending, always relevant, always doing him thing, but never rushing music.
There's a word that you mentioned that I want to highlight. I did an interview with Luciano, and we talk about hit songs and hot songs. And we have a lot of hot songs these days.
A lot of hot songs, not a lot of hits.
It was one of the most important thing. You use the word relevant.
Yes.
Vybz Kartel, to me now, why I bring up back his name, is not the hottest artist. He have hit songs, but even taking those 2 apart is relevant.
Yeah, it's all relevant. I mean,
he's a force to be reckoned with.
You have to, and I think the hit song versus the hot song is a different thing. And And I think a lot of younger people, and I don't like attacking younger people, but I think a lot of people, let's say people in general, don't understand the difference. We were just at Madison Square Garden a week and a half ago for the Hip Hop 50. And I'm standing in Madison Square Garden, and they're going through the acts like, Eric Sermon perform, and I'm thinking like, Eric Sermon, and Madison Square Garden is going crazy. Sean Paul had Madison Square Garden going crazy. Like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, even me myself, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
25,000 people. Damn. And Sean Paul give them like a 25, I think it was like 30 to 45 minute set. Just hits after hits after hits after hits. And then we were backstage.
Those are not hot songs.
Those are not hot songs.
hit songs.
And we were backstage talking, and then we started talking about Shaggy. It Wasn't Me. And I remember Shaggy, It Wasn't Me. I think that was recorded when I was in grade 7.
Bro, that's a hit song.
Yeah. So I think that's
Bro.
and I think that's what you talk about, Mr. Vegas.
Hit song again.
Hit song.
Exile. Those are hit songs.
You know, I'm not gonna say a name, but we were talking to a couple of entertainers, and one entertainer said to me, he doesn't want to perform after Mr. Vegas. And I was like, why? So listen, Mr. Vegas, give you 1 hour. After that, the crowd, you're done. Hit songs, songs after songs after song. So a lot of people don't understand hit songs versus hot songs.
Let me, because I'm just gonna be blunt. Let me tell you a hot song. Boy Affy by Biggs Done.
Hot song, yes, very, very hot song.
That's a hot song. Not a hit song. Hot song. Where is it now?
Yeah, hot song.
And what does that bring up as an example again? It's a perfect example. Cartel can create 10 hot songs if him want, and 1 hit song if him want. He has the capability to go back and give another hit song and 20 other hot songs.
Yeah.
Don't think you're a Vibes Cartel. It not gonna work.
There's only, but that it comes back to the same thing. There can only be one. You can only be yourself.
All right, let's talk about the recent song. Would you say Taliban is one of the biggest songs since 2005? Allegedly, Byron said he didn't say that.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, but would you say Taliban is one of the biggest songs for the year? Or is the biggest song for the year?
I wouldn't say the biggest song for. I would say one off. You have to say
the numbers are received in
the
platinum, them in Canada and UK.
Yeah.
So the numbers are speaking, but you wouldn't give it. Cause you're not done yet still.
You're not done yet. But it is there. It is there. It is definitely there. Numbers don't lie, no.
But I still have to look at songs like Don't Rush. When Don't Rush come, it got a lot of feature. It was hot.
Yeah.
People almost thought it was a hit song, but it's not really a hit song to me. In my version. I'm not gonna say it's not a hit song.
I think it's easy to say Byron is the biggest crossover song. And I think that's and by being a big crossover song, you get the numbers, and you cannot deny the numbers.
Here's my challenge for most artists, and more you tell me if this is a good challenge. Do not make your songs become bigger than the brand.
It's a hard challenge.
But it is a very important challenge. But now Bosh Biggs done, but him song bigger than him.
Yeah, but that it goes back to what I'm saying earlier.
True or false?
No, you're right. But
him song bigger than him. Anyway, here boy Affy.
Yeah, but it goes back to the point of what we were saying. Promoting, investing, running with it, building a brand behind it. And that's the most important thing. So we're gonna mention like a hit song, because it's not a hot song. Mention Drift. No, a lot of people don't even realize that Teejay haven't dropped another song since February of this year. So it's just been Drift.
A lot of people think Teejay's song Drift was luck.
No, it can't be luck.
Well, I know. A lot of people think it's luck. We're in the streets. But you have to remember that an artist that is creative is always going to do something different and catch it off guard. Let me tell you who did that recently. But his song not last as long as Drift. Sell off!
Yes.
African, me know music,
Yeah, it was different. Yeah, when you hear
you know music, you know I'm fooling this.
You can't even say, even Valiant Mad Out. When I first heard it, I was like, this is different. I've never heard nobody said. I'm like, wait, why would he say it? At first, I was like, oh, this. And then I said, move on. I'm like, all right, this makes sense now. So I can tell you with Drift, Definitely not luck.
You think Drift will be getting its gold and silver certification as it goes along?
Definitely.
All right. You have um artists. This is not a specifically nobody, but just I'll ask this question. You have artists with a large following.
Yeah.
What would you say about an artist with a big following? Say, for example, 5 million,
Yeah. Fair.
but their album sales is below 500. Would you say they have followers or fans? That's a very good question.
I'd say they have fans. I think and again,
I disagree with you, but go ahead.
well, no, you'd say followers actually. Let me, because I'm
Cause fans are gonna spend money.
fans is the ones that spend money. Followers, they just follow for the hype. So you break it down. You'd have to say, so like even let's take 438 Massacre. Massacre have fans. People,
Real fans.
people like me, we were waiting to buy it. We were waiting to buy that album. And the body of work was great. So you have to look on Massacre 438. Sizzler, fans. The real thing can never stop sell.
So, me nah bash an artist like Shensia, but then I'm looking at her fan base,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm thinking her fan base are follower based, because when she drop her album and Spice drop her album, they're not doing even 1,000 record even a year later. I am confused because me I look on numbers.
Numbers, yeah.
There's not a dispute between talent. Remember, our artists them talented.
Talented, yeah.
We not dispute that, But when you really check it out, do they have fans? All right, make it even worse, African. We're talking about artists that are traveling. You're not limited and confined to Jamaica.
No, you're worldwide.
So that means you are doing songs with different types of artists. You have the ability to be in different type of circles that artists in Jamaica can't go yet.
Mm-hmm.
And your records are under 500. Would you say they have fans or followers? Let's just be honest.
Both artists you mentioned, I think they have fans. But for me, I can only speak for myself. And let's take Shensia. I'm a big Shensia fan. But here's and I speak, I think probably the swing or what was on the album, I didn't expect that.
A lot of people miss the old Shensia.
That threw me off. Like when I said, okay, Shensia album, because I'm a supporter of dancehall music.
Yo, Shensia bad in a brother.
Yeah. So like when I went
to
go listen to the album, it's just not what I expected.
There's a lot of growth for one of the biggest statements we make what Teejay say. Promote your music.
Yes.
I'm saying this to say, viewers, that even though the artists them have followers, they need to work on getting fans.
Fans, of course.
Because when the drop on the album album and the sales come back in, it's not reflecting fans. It's reflecting a lot of people step on the page for the hype.
But one of the things that I think in terms of followers and fans, and we're going to use Dexter Daps as the best example.
Is the undisputed best example.
I think one of the biggest things that dancehall artists are doing, and I'm not knocking anybody when I say this, you have states like Connecticut, and I can speak for Connecticut because I've lived here, grew up here, done business here, done shows here. You have dancehall artists now that is overcharging. And when you're overcharging, you're killing your fan base.
And your market.
Because we have people that want to see you, that want to experience a live show, that want to talk to you, they want to take a picture with you. Those are the people that are going to go buy your music. So when you come and you tell a promoter that you want X, Y, and Z in a market where our biggest venue can hold 4,000 people. So if I pay you that, I'm not going to make any money. If it doesn't make business sense, I'm not going to do it. You're taking away from your fans. You're robbing your fans, and you're turning your fans into followers. When you have a person like Dexter now, you tell somebody this one day and them not believe me. Dexter can keep a concert in a Connecticut, 7 days straight, and it sell out every day.
A lot.
And you tell me, when was the last time you saw Dexter Daps concert in Connecticut flop? I've never seen one. All of them sold out wall to wall. You can talk to various promoters that have booked Dexter Daps, and Dexter Daps has been reasonable enough for his fans. So when you see Dexter Daps can keep a tour, it's because he spent 5 years or even 4 years taking shows to get that fan base. So he might not make as much money off a show, but they go back and buy an album. We have artists that's telling me, you have artists that cannot give you an hour performance and give you a number.
Ridiculous.
I deal with them all the time because we are in Connecticut. We're trying to promote Connecticut. So you have artists giving you a number. You're looking at him like, listen, sir, there's a house around the road I can buy for that, and I could put that in my son's name, and he will have a house for 30 years.
Let's put it worse than this. I'm not sure the word upon the artist, but let's be honest. We live in a time now where people can pay for views. People can pay for followers.
People
can pay for fake album sales. People can pay for anything. So sometimes they must scam the promoter, scam the patrons, because they might rack up this number and they know them can't pull the crowd.
Oh yeah.
And it just make a game look like it's a real con artist type of game.
Yeah,
right
but you have
now.
to remember what an artist have to remember,
You have to prove yourself. You can't just charge.
You have your hot song and you have somebody in your ears telling
you say? Hot song.
Yeah, you have your hot song and you have somebody in your ears telling you that you're worth this, or your manager or your management.
And them I do it for them gain, not your gain.
Yeah, I put it on the management. But when I book an artist, you have to remember, I have to go out there and sell you. I have to go out there and remind people that John Brown is coming to the White Eagle, and John Brown sing this song, and this is John Brown. So I spend more time promoting you than I spend promoting the event, because a lot of artists is under this, oh, me say so and so charge this, so me fi charge that. And it's not working.
You know what they might try level up.
They might try level up. So you kill your fan base by not accepting a Beanie Man, a Bounty Killer, a Capotan, a Elephant Man will always have fans, because Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, Elephant Man did so many stage shows where people actually believe, like you go 90s of Brooklyn, you cannot tell them nothing about Bounty Killer. So people, they become a part of your brand because them say, Mr. Killer come here 4 or 5 times.
They've been represented.
They might represent your play. You have artists that never been to certain places, never touched certain places.
Charge some ridiculous number.
And they charge, so you're missing that link with the people them that you're going to get. That's going to be like, I'm a fan of him, I'm going to go buy his album. You're not performing for your fans. So they just become followers because everybody go on their phone and they just want to see what's going on in your life.
Here's the next question that is very interesting after this topic. Trap music. Are you a fan of trap music?
Trap dancehall?
Yes.
Listen, come from Trelawny, brother. Right next to Mobile, bro. We don't have no choice. We love it.
All right, good.
We love it.
Here's a serious question I'm going to ask African. Viewers, me wanting to tell me, leave in the comment in the comment section. The question is dangerous.
Yeah.
What is the lifespan of a trap dancehall artist? I am estimating no more than 2 years.
No. You can't say that.
Tell me one trap artist that has been consistent.
Give me your definition of what you call trap to make sure that we're on the right page.
Trap dancehall artist would have been like Craft. That a trap music.
Craft.
Who else me can say the trap music? Mali. You see me? Raging King. Lifespan. When me talk about is after we put out these hit songs, you're still relevant like a Vibes Cartel.
So you believe now.
The lifespan.
Listen, it's 2 years. How long?
You know why I say 2 years?
Listen.
Because in the 2 years span, they create a lot of hot songs. There's no hit songs.
So you and I'm going to.
And then after that 2 years has expired, you're not dip on the wavelength like the new trap artists.
And I'm going to tell you, you mentioned, we'll start down the line.
More your way feedback.
Raging King.
No, Raging King now a different class by itself because Raging King, I remember we just talked about it earlier. No. Craft still a grow, but me just said the lifespan. Let's we just say are the top 3 top trap artists right now were relevant.
Craft. You have Craft.
Mali. Would you put Intense in that?
Yeah. I'll put Intense.
Alright, when Intense did hot. How long did that wave last?
It's about 3-4 years, bro.
Okay, so would you say their lifespan within 3-4 years then?
Oh, bigger than that. Craft not going nowhere, no, brother. I believe when I say Craft music is here to stay. Craft is here to stay, you know. Craft is not going anywhere in music, you know.
Craft, I feel like Craft.
You know what?
It's probably the next big thing in Jamaica.
All right, you know what people do with Craft? They look at his image and then they judge. I challenge everybody based on the fact that.
No man, in bad.
I'm a challenge.
In bad.
Take some time.
In bad.
Listen to Craft. Craft is one of the only artists. Craft, let me tell you, Craft, Nigeria.
Me not believe in a Nigeria. I speak that publicly because of one thing.
No, man. Nigeria,
don't get it twisted.
Nigeria talented, man. Nigeria not going nowhere, man. Nigeria
listen,
is here to stay,
me take back my word after 3 years.
I think you go have to take that back.
And me not gonna say nothing if me take it back. Listen, me I said this to Nigeria so that him can prove me wrong.
No, but you're
and prove himself right. And me I say this as a motivation. Me not say your music is not good. I'm just saying there's no clarity.
No.
For a fan like me, for me I try listen what you say.
But you have to remember, you know, with the music, people go grow. So like let's take Mali. Let's take Mali for example.
Mali tough.
Hold on.
Mali and Craft in one class by themselves, the new generation.
When you take Mali for example, me hear about 5 or 6 unreleased Mali song. And I tell you right now, problem.
No.
So you listen to a Nigerian.
Ah boy, Malidan.
Listen.
Malidan is a very promising artist.
Here to stay. Craft here to stay. Listen to Nigeria now, I'm telling you. Nigeria can sing. Nigeria slick with his lyrics, great lyrics. He might need to slow it down a little bit so people can get
all me have a problem with is the clarity.
But Nigeria can rap. No man, Nigeria is here to stay, man. Trust and believe, man, let me tell you.
African, my only problem is when you just touch the scene, you are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, of course.
After a year or two, like you said, 5 years, you don't have the relevancy as a Vibes Cartel.
No, you cannot compare.
You don't have the relevancy.
Vibes Cartel been in music for over 25
you don't have the relevancy. When we go use an artist as a Massacre. Massacre hasn't been as in the game as long as a Vibes Cartel. You don't have the relevancy
but you have
as
to
a Massacre.
Okay, but you have to remember now. You bring up an interesting artist. You have to remember.
Massacre is a different.
Them did say Massacre didn't go last. Remember when? When Massacre did that, they get the fast flow.
Him grow.
I think so there is. You understand when Massacre did come and say current a kick and do and it's fast. Remember it was the same thing. It was the same thing with I do I know.
Him grow.
The early I do I know was one of the most lyrical dancehall artists, you know. But a lot of people did not catch it because it was so fast, you know. When you slow down the early I do songs, them, you know. If you go and go right now, me challenge you. I do a power cut rhythm. Again, tell me study music. I don't have a song on the power cut rhythm. When I don't talk on the song and it's so fast, you miss it. But
don't you think Chop Dancehall take over the Dagga song then? Me no hear the Dagga song I make again. Dagga song gone, you know?
No, it gone, yeah.
When did you realize that Dagga song gone? Wait.
As a selector.
Chop Dancehall take over Dagga, you know?
Yeah, but you have to understand.
Normally girl in a party at that short. When RDX them a do road.
Yeah, Elephant, RDX.
Once Chop Dancehall come in, you know, brother, Dagga song is like, no man, sing the song again.
Maybe me can give a little bit more insight because we, you know, and I would say when I lived here, I didn't understand it. When I went back to actually go live in Jamaica, I went back to live in Jamaica 2018 to 2021. Like actually move back and live there. You have to understand that Trap Dancehall is a daily way of life. You live at Trelawny, you live at St. James, Westmoreland, Hanover. When them youth are sing is a daily life. So you find more females in those parishes. I only can speak for those parishes.
Okay.
That's into trap dancehall more than anything.
Bro.
That's all them listen
to. Bro, within one time with the girl them sit them on demon time.
Yeah, but
We
them,
didn't know one time
you
when
listen,
when Crawford says sin is life.
you know the first time.
We didn't know one
Listen,
time when
listen.
Valiant bring Obia to the forefront and make
But
people
if
laugh and
we
enjoy.
can give you, I can give you a experience. I remember the first time I got one big party at Mobi when I moved back home, and a Traps Dancehall song play, and a girl walk past me and say, "Bo bo bo," and the way how she manly me, I have to look around and say, "Wait, is a female this?"
But you have to remember though,
So
music is a frequency, you know.
yeah,
It's a vibration, you know, bro.
yeah.
You will enjoy anything where hit the right note, you know.
Mm-hmm. But Trap Dancehall, I hit the right note, and I'm
I
telling
don't think Trap Dancehall is not hitting the right note. I just don't think these songs will last.
it will last, man.
Nah.
Last man.
Let me tell you one Trap Dancehall song right now. If me can name, tell me one big Trap Dancehall, just one, was so big, it's so relevant even to this day, but it's a Trap Dancehall song. Other than a Riding King.
But Tamili invent that too. Yeah, how much Tamili relevant up until
Man,
today?
Riding King, I ain't a problem because Riding
No,
King
Riding
say my
King-
first Trap Dancehall.
No,
artist.
listen. Riding King is somebody we know personally, a good friend of mine. We know no problem. We talk about the same trap music. There is space and there's
For growth. But not everybody.
But not everybody. But you got
Look, Trap Dancehall
so
music,
think
we are
of-
going to surpass.
When you think about trap rap music,
But they're not selling
Hold on,
numbers again.
hold
Africa,
on,
we're going back to square one.
hold on. Let me finish. When you think, boy, again, I'm gonna give you some history.
Because more know what the purpose of doing music. If it's just for the hype, then might make sense.
After
If it's to make album sales, they're not getting there.
yeah, but they will. So if you follow trap rap music, right? Do you follow trap rap music?
Yeah, but that's a different type
Hold on,
type
you got
of
it.
cultured
No,
people.
if you follow trap rap music, and you talk about a Liquor Dirk, big, I'm one of the biggest Liquor Dirk fan.
But I use Young Boy.
No. Here's why we're gonna use Liquor Dirk. Because the body of work for the period of time.
Okay.
So Little Dirk in 2009, 2010 didn't make a lot of money. Didn't make a lot of album sales. Because we're talking about album sales. He had trap. It's the same way how dancehall is gonna grow to now where Little Dirk is one of the biggest. I've been following Little Dirk, the Chicago story, since 2009, 2010. I can tell you like from academic days. No matter who you are in dancehall, trap dancehall at some point will get a major breakthrough. And if you be around them and talk to them, they actually are doing a good job of studying music business. So they care about their YouTube views. So just like how now they care about their YouTube views, the money from YouTube, they care about Spotify. At some point, they will care about album sales. And then, but it is inevitable when me say this. Listen, YM Entertainment African Atelano. Trap music getting to a global phase is inevitable. It's a lifestyle, it's a way of life, and once it's a way of life, it's going to get
It's going to
there.
take a while.
It's going to take a while because
If me agree with that, it'll take a while. But for right now, that
it's going to take a while. I actually
because none of them singing on a substance to me. Everything is a swag.
No, but the reason why I'm going to have a different opinion than most people, when you go to dancehall in Kingston and dancehall in Western Jamaica, it's two different dancehall. Richie Feelings did an interview the other day, and Richie Feelings will tell you, I take pride in this as a Western Jamaica entertainer. Send anybody from Kingston come on Mobile. Any one of them selector here. Me, I looking at the camera and say this. You see when them play currently trending songs,
You know, so that's the name of the platform, right?
yes. When them play currently trending songs and them get a forward, it's when me turn on my sound and represent Western Jamaica and start play trap dancehall. 9 out of 10 times, that DJ will come from Kingston or America is going to come to me and say to me, say, here's my thumb drive. Here is this. Can you email me this song? I don't even have to call names. I can give you about 10 big name DJ, world recognized DJ that come to Montego Bay. And when them finish play, them play the top song, them and the top massacre, them and the top this and top that. And them get a reaction. I'll give you a song. You probably never heard, you probably never heard this song before. I have one song that any DJ in the world come on Mobile. Me know he not gonna play it. And he could have play any song. And when me play that song, me sure about a forward, me sure about money.
Do you have it in dub plate?
Yeah.
That's why.
No, not dub plate. I play regular 45. Crocodile. Living.
Me know Crocodile.
That song, Crocodile, the way we live.
But you have to remember the presentation of Crocodile
Mhm.
song in Mobile because Crocodile is from the area.
Yes, well, Lana,
There's gonna be a
listen,
different type of energy.
if Crocodile did have the resources and the connections
In bad man.
to put in our music, there's nobody who can tell me say New York wouldn't like that
No
song.
man, me hear him song. Me I tell you when me hear the song.
So
That's
what I'm
about
telling
3
you.
years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
And like me no hear nothing from him where I hit.
But is it you know what kill? And this is another thing too. That is stifling trap music. Dancehall trap music. Most trap artists is from Western Jamaica. I just did an interview with Kaboom magazine about this, you know. Most trap artists or most DJs that understand how to play trap music, dancehall trap music, is from Western Jamaica. We don't have that platform. Because if we had the platform like other DJs have in Kingston, trust and believe, bro. Me I go support trap music, but it's in Western Jamaica. We have big shows. We just don't get the corporate platform. We don't get the platform for the world to see it. So people think that it stops at the airport. It doesn't. It's just that we don't have the platform. And if the artist from Western Jamaica was to get the same,
represent for trap artists.
no, of course, man. If the artist them from Western Jamaica, bro, we have to get the same platform. If a Shaney, what you Shaney, Crocodile. We not talk about no craft or no Mali now. We are talking about Shaney. We are talking about Crocodile. If them youth there, Deep Joy, them youth there.
Deep Joy bud.
If them youth there, we have to get the same platform as a tone artist. I get the same connection. A links around the world, bro.
So hold on, them never said the thing did shift like a year place or running place now. Tone artists they not get the shine. I think Tone still have a presentation platform with different.
Tone have the links and the connections. So the gate, as bad as you want to be, even as a DJ, even as an artist, Kingston have the gate for dancehall music.
In general.
In general. There's only 2 places you can bust in a dancehall worldwide. And ask anybody. New York City, Kingston, Jamaica. Teejay is a good artist to bring up. You know I can play you.
I feel like Teejay get catch and kill.
Explain catch and kill before we answer.
So catch and kill to me is almost like it's when him the genre Mission Entertainment.
Mhm.
I call that catch and kill. It's almost like Teejay was the biggest artist of breakthrough. And then while him a rise in his career, him get signed to Ramesh.
Mm-hmm.
And when him get signed to Ramesh focus more on Shensia.
True.
It's called catch and kill.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like me sign you, but me make you know so me not work on you yet. You're
Yeah.
not releasing a song yet.
See,
So me a focus, yes sir. You see when a time for TJ really put out his song in him prime, him want release music because him have so much passion, him not get to do it. It kill the momentum, but
Yeah,
it not kill the artist because he's still talented.
That is great.
So me call it catch and kill. Because even if Ramesh not do it intentionally, it's catch and kill. Me sign you, but me not put out your work.
All right. Well,
Would you disagree? To a certain extent, does it make sense?
It makes a lot
the
of
concept.
sense.
The
The concept make a lot of sense. And I agree with you.
Vocals, bro.
What if I tell you that I can play you probably 50 to 60 TJ songs that I consider hit songs, but probably most people at town wouldn't know. TJ never get the breakthrough
The man momentum,
until
bro.
him go through the gate at Kingston. TJ himself will tell us say until him decide say him nah go back a Montego Bay. So I can play you. Seriously. Me have TJ song when we play a Mobile. You would stand there and be like, when TJ voice this? Man.
Okay.
It's any time to get open. As what you say. You remember the first thing when you said to me when I walk in the studio? We will have this documented. When the gate open, you go remember me did tell you say. One of them little youth, yeah, if I no craft, if I no Nigeri, if I no skeng, if I no skilly, skilly don't go through the gate already.
Yeah.
And here's the biggest part what we miss.
What?
The gatekeepers don't like that music. You know why they don't like it? You want me to tell you why they don't like
But
it?
the scamming part of it?
No, it's not the scamming part. Because remember, we've talked about music on a whole, from badness to guns to drug selling to hustling. I mean, scamming is just a different part of hustling. Music has always entailed that and have that in there. Here's why the gatekeepers don't like it.
In your opinion?
No, The facts, me I tell you.
So you talk to the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So you could have
No.
make it trap artist then go to,
No,
but
no,
you know
no,
the
not
gatekeeper.
me, not me.
No,
I'm
but
not a
you know the
gatekeeper.
gatekeeper. Them
Here's
and
why
nah.
here's why a lot of gatekeepers don't like the trap
Why?
artists. Trap artists, most trap artists, regardless of what they do, they can finance themselves. Trap artists don't need a gatekeeper. Meaning, when I
I
say
understand what you mean. They're depending on
they're
no one.
not depending on no one. So
You can't tell them what to do or
they
what not to
can't
do.
really control them, and they do their own thing. And because the gatekeepers don't have control of of that type of music. Remember, trap producer, you can make Emton, Atto, 95%, of Valiant hits came before Ramesh. Compare Valiant now. Because obviously Ramesh is a gatekeeper. Ramesh have a lot of connections, a lot of links. So, you know what I mean? You call him a gatekeeper. No disrespect, but he's a gatekeeper. He's better way to put it, he's an influential person in the music.
I would say Ramesh is more of a financial bucketive for artists that are.
Yeah, but with a lot of connections.
Yeah, but that's the financial bucketive because
Yeah.
even if you have a connection, you still have the money for bucket.
All right. So when you think about Valiant before Ramesh, Valiant during this Ramesh period, Valiant was great before Ramesh, but he's even greater now with Ramesh. The world is when 5,000 people was looking at Valiant before Ramesh, 5 million people look for him now. So the gatekeeper come now and now.
Financial.
Remember, this was the same, back to the trap music, not making it now. This was the same Valiant what them say sing about Obia. This was the same Valiant where sing about science. This was the same Valiant that sang all these topics that everybody said wasn't gonna work. But no, how it work.
Yo, people, right now we are going to a segment called Keep It 100. African is gonna play. Well, it's a game. We call it Keep It 100, and we're gonna see what his responses are gonna be at. Leave your comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. You ready for your first question, brother?
Born ready.
Steph London or Spice? Who would you consider the more impactful? When I talk about better artists, the more impactful when it comes to record sales.
Spice.
So you're saying Spice sell more record sales than
No, Steph London go sell more record. But
That's what
Mr. Love pick Spice. Just loyalty to dancer. But yeah, Steph, oh come on, bro. Steph London go sell more.
And my last question, keep it simple, why? Is it because Steph London lives in the UK?
I mean, where she, background history, where she live.
But she reps Jamaica.
But remember,
she calls her music dancehall music.
Spice fought the fight.
She's not ended. There's nothing keeping Spice back.
No,
she's in the States, the UK, wherever she wants to go.
But
she has
you have to remember that Spice upbringing in music compared to when I first heard Steph London came up with massive features. Spice didn't get those features. In Spice first 5 years, compare Steph London first 5 years to Spice 5 years. Unfair.
But remember,
Steph London had a French Montana feature, bro. A French Montana feature, bro. Yes, Spice lives in the state, and living in the States doesn't mean that
she have connections, though.
Yeah, but having connections and the endorsements, Steph London had a French Montana.
So you're saying the features and
the connection and the circle that
is a bigger connection.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. So you're telling me no, you think if Spice had a song with French Montana, our Spice was
why she can't get it?
I can't go into that because I'm not a part of Spice team.
Spice can get any features you want.
But you have to understand that sometimes you don't know. We don't know. But you cannot compare Steph London that came out as an international dancehall artist from day one, was recognized as an international dancehall artist, to Spice, who is a dancehall artist that became international. Two different things.
So you think that? All right, people, leave your comment in the comment section if you agree with African. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna keep mutual. Stark Ashley. Oh, keep it 100. Stark Ashley or Jada Kingdom, who would you say have the best lyrics? I want it tough. Yes, it's an African.
Yeah,
What kind of question this?
No, it's a good question. I'm gonna give it to Jada, not because of popularity. I'm gonna say this a little edge. Recently, I'm gonna tell you, because I like to be honest. I just did Dream Weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast party. and their special guest was Stark Ashley. So the breakfast party, we were DJing on and until that particular event, I did not pay as much attention to Stark Ashley until after that event. The performance was so good. The kettle, I was sitting there, I was on the stage, and I was like, wait, Stark Ashley did have so much song there. She made me a fan that day of performance, delivery, lyrics. So she's getting there. But right now, we are going to go with Jada.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna be one of those detrimental questions. Byron Messiah Taliban
Mm-hmm.
versus TJ Drift.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of these songs would you say resonates more with fans?
Drift. Let me look in at
You're
the
not
camera.
saying Drift because
Let me
you're
look
a
in the
part
camera.
of...
Not because I'm a part of UTC and me and TJ are good friends. Not because. While people sing Taliban or they know the melody of it, and keep in mind Taliban is one of the most lyrical songs that came out in a while. When I first sang, when I know people now listen, when I sing about some real badness and people don't pay attention. So people don't pay attention to that. Him actually sings about some serious badness. But with Drift plays more in your head because of the dancing.
People leave a comment in the comment
Yes.
section. As again, I have no comment. I'm going to stay neutral on this
Neutral,
one.
yeah.
Because guess what? This is just how I'm going to keep it. All right. Next up versus a massacre. Who you think have the bigger fan base?
That's a very hard one.
It's very hard, but that's why they have to be. You know, make no sense. Me, I keep it 100 with a easy question.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Massacre. Massacre have a bigger fan base. Here's why me I go with Massacre and as a bigger fan base. Dexter have the ladies. Massacre also have ladies, but Massacre fan base is bigger based on longevity, based on success with album sales that was proven, and that was a big deal. The album sales, Massacre come out and let you know, say, as what you say, I use your term. You say after 438, Massacre come out and make you know, say, listen, me not have followers, me have fans. Them go stream my music, then go buy my music. So you have to go by the numbers, as what you say, and longevity. Massacre has been doing this so long, and you have people.
It's a solid artist.
People are dying. You have people from before him even said genocide, from Massacre current kick and all that. You have people just them people. Massacre was one of those artists where his fans, it wasn't win. I know if he go boss, win. So you have to say Massacre.
All right, people, we're gonna put some more pressure upon this. Simple because it's a recent topic in the media, maybe like a month or two ago. Keep it 100, African. If Massacre was on a stage with Alkaline, who would you think would be the better artist to overcome a stage show clash?
Massacre.
That was fast.
No. Okay, so here's why. Alkaline, very, very, very intelligent, great with the wordplay, great metaphors. I'm gonna tell you, only artists who use better metaphors than Alkaline is Vybz Kartel.
Okay.
When Alkaline says something like snipe up on the building, but when I talk Malvar Mohammed, people don't understand that. Make your lines. A lot of people don't understand what I mean when I say snipe up on the building and when I talk Malvar Mohammed. You have to think back, only somebody want me can think tap that is Vybz Kartel when him say.
Kartel,
You the have to see a watch. If you know say a year time or
Yeah.
Kartel alone say something to me. I say, Kartel really said that.
That shit tough.
So intelligent wise and metaphorically, Alka have it.
But you feel like for a clash,
But on a stage show with a clash, Massacre go freestyle. Massacre go hold the crowd. Massacre go have some hard hitting punchlines. So remember,
keep it 100.
if not Kartel.
If not Kartel, then who?
All right. So if you asked me this question 6 years ago, my answer would have been Idonia. I was looking forward to Idonia just
Dominating.
dominating,
But him
dominating.
release songs in a different type of vibe.
Different type of vibe. I think Idonia kind of realized the longevity business
And him
decide
kind of
say,
do
I'm
it
gonna
different.
adapt. I'm gonna adapt to that because me no one there so for now, one there so forever.
Yeah.
So me understand. If not Vibes Cartel,
Then who?
What?
That is it. Keep
What?
it 100.
me answer might surprise everybody, you know.
Keep it 100. If not Vibes Cartel, then who?
Why? If I don't massacre Papi.
All right, people. Leave your comment in the comment section. We're not even
Well,
making choose.
No, me can explain why I say Papi.
Yes.
Here's why I
Or
our massacre.
yeah.
Massacre, me go give you lyrics, flow, melody, fan base. So we go massacre. But you see Papi, I forgot Papi because international that I one, consistency that I two, personality and how him react, how him interact with him fans that I three. That's how Cartel was. Cartel did interact with him fans and very well. Longevity, Popcorn been doing this for a while. And you know, you have to give what's due to Caesar. The next thing I'm gonna give why I would give Popcorn if not Cartel. Because you know, Bounty Killer in a different category. My God of all God.
Yeah.
But why I would say Popcorn run with the dancehall flag in so many international areas. And you have to give a man that way. Whoever it is, as an international act, they have Popcorn and know Popcorn as the man. If Vibes Cartel was free, they would go link with Cartel.
Yeah.
Vibes Cartel is not free. Who them go link with?
Yeah.
Papi. So you have to give Papi that.
All right, people. Leave in the comment in the comment section what you think. If not Cartel, then
Give
who?
Papi that.
So, people, thank you for tuning into another episode of Currently Trending Live, produced by That's Trending Entertainment. Big up YM Entertainment. Fully. See you next week for another bad episode. You know it go up. Where them can find it on all social media.
Our social media is very simple. Really priority just do Instagram at Young African One _YM. So it's YUNGAFRICAN _YM. So Young African One _YM. That's our social media platform.